car, your cell phones, your computers, all those big investments become as a service, and you just pay as you go, and they become sort of a monthly investment. I was asking my students, so how far do you think it will go? And I picked the highest expense item that we have in our lives, which is our home. Do you guys see a home as a service? And they were like, well, yeah, if you pay rent, that's kind of a home as a service. And I said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the precedent already exists. And I said, but think about though, a more AI connected home. Think about what if you had these real estate companies, real estate management companies, they often manage multiple buildings. So imagine if they built like 5 or 6 buildings in different parts of a given city, the north, the south, east, west, center, etc. And they give you the option. They get you when you're young, so graduating from college, your first job, and they have all the amenities and they have all the pool and the gym and for young professionals, and you start paying a rent. But then as you get married or find a boyfriend or girlfriend and you decide to move in with them, now you want to go to a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom. You just basically say, okay, I want to move, and they have all the different configurations, so they just move you to a 2-bedroom. And then you have kids and they move you to a 3-bedroom, and you get a job in another part of the city, so they move you to the same building but in another part of the city. But you take it a little bit further, so since you're moving so much and you're allowing this to be more fluid, well, maybe some of the closets and kitchen cabinets and really where you store your things becomes something more modular, something that you just close up and it's the same shaped closet or kitchen cabinet in all the locations, and they just come and they take it and they put it in your new apartment, in your new home. The only thing you need are your things, because if everything becomes as a service, if your furniture as a service and TV as a service and the piano as a service, and literally you could go refrigerators, appliances, beds, so all that becomes as a service, then you actually can now have options. Maybe you want to go with an Asian decor, and then 2 months later you want to change it and you want to go with something else. And what's interesting about this as a service model, where they provide you with, for a fixed price, they provide you with all the amenities, including all the appliances, the TVs, the furniture, etc. What's yours, I think, is going to change because ownership is going to change. But the whole point is that now you don't need to have a TV and to buy a couch and to buy a living room. Now you just pay for it as you go, and you can change it all the time. So I think this is going to be a very big part of the future. And so you really need to think about, for all those businesses that provide these products, how are they going to change? And then this is the more important part, once you have the vision of the future, how do you take advantage, the larger trend being the as a service model, how do you take advantage of the new technology? So in this case, IoT, literally you can put sensors in a couch and start calculating couch potato factor. You can put sensors on a bed and like how well you sleep and how many times you toss and turn. You don't have that kind of data right now. But what if you had a bed that had that data, and what the refrigerator and the things you eat and how often you go into the fridge? So just like our phones are now tracking screen time, if all these indicators and KPIs exist, we're starting to track, how many times we toss at night and how many minutes we're sitting in the couch in front of the television. It's going to shine a light on a lot of habits. And I think it's going to open up a lot of data possibilities. The home is going to be a data explosion. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable, the amount of data that's going to come out of the home. But in this case, we're providing you with the apartment with all the appliances. Does that mean that they get to keep the data? So we've talked about, will they provide you appliances for free in order to get the data? Will they provide you the entire apartment for free in order to get the data? And so it's going to be interesting because now real estate buildings and owners and management companies, they have to now think about the data in the home, and they have to become experts. Data in the home, data in the office, because there's going to be an explosion of sensors, an explosion of connected devices, and that data is going to be very valuable, more valuable than the intrinsic cost of the furniture and the appliances and the bed that actually to generate the data in the first place. Think about those models. What do you want to give away? Google doesn't charge you for Gmail. They spend millions and millions of dollars so that people could have their Gmail. Right now, Samsung and LG, they do charge for the refrigerators. Will that change? So there's 2 questions. Will we move towards the as a service model? And I think yes, because we're already seeing that in multiple areas, so we can assume that that's going to continue in all of the large ticket items in our life. And then going forward, the companies that learn how to monetize data the right way, will they be able to start giving some of those services for free in exchange for the data? Those services come with advertising built in, and then your home gets invaded with advertising. But literally, you could take it all the way down. I mean, we were even talking toys as a service. And the worst part about it, we're doing this in a brainstorm. Toys as a service, where they come in every 3 months and they change the toys around, especially when you have little kids. Having a service that can You just pay a monthly fee and they come and they change the toys, and they offer you the best designed toys for not only entertainment but for the kids' development of different cognitive abilities and the first five, and all those very well researched toys that teach and toys where you can learn and all this trend of toys. And we're talking about it and brainstorming and thinking we're all so cool, and then we look it up on the internet and there are already companies that do toys as a service. There are already companies today, if you Google them, that do toys as a service. And we don't understand it yet. We're still ingrained in our old paradigm in terms of, we buy our couch and we buy our TV, and the Super Bowl is coming and you go out and buy a new TV. But furniture rentals, they're evolving very quickly into basically furniture as a service. And it's becoming more prevalent in the office, but it's going to come to the house as well, especially as we start moving around more and more. And I think that is going to be also a trend. We are going to be a more fluid society. So, there it is. Another peek of the future. Who knows what it's going to be? Only time will tell how we'll end up. And it's fun. It's fun to think about all the possibilities.